Don't mind my crazy hair. It was just easier to throw it up like this. But I woke up this morning and I looked outside and I was like, oh, that's weird. It's really foggy, but whatever. I didn't really think much about it. Then I fed my son breakfast and then we were walking outside and I was gonna go put him in the car, and I looked at my car and I was like, what's all over my car? And it looked like ash and it smelled really bad, like smoke outside, and I was like, okay, that's weird. This isn't fog. Like, what in the world? And then drove me and my son out here to the land with my husband, and it's really smoky out here. And apparently, I guess last night in the middle of the night, the wind switched and blew a bunch of wildfire smoke from Canada down here into Wisconsin, and it smells horrible out here. I don't think it's good to be breathing all this in, so I think it's safe to say we will not be spending a lot of time outside today. But let me show you what it looks like. Yeah, look at all of that. It's not fog, it's smoke. It's pretty bad. So last night, my editor called me because she is reading Darkness of Destiny, and my editor is my sister, by the way, in case you forgot or you didn't know that. But anyway, she was chatting to me about it, and I was prepared for her to say, hey, there's some big issues I've already encountered, blah, blah, blah. But she surprised me and was like, this is so good. I'm so intrigued. And I'm like, oh, you know, my little heart was just pounding. I was so excited, and I was so happy to hear that. Of course, she already found some grammatical errors and some words that I think I've used too often, which is great. I'm glad she's picking up on that, because as the writer, I can't always pick up on those things. So they're really minor issues, minor errors, super easy to fix. But she said that I had really upped the romance, which I'm glad to hear, because that was one of my goals for this book. The reason I added so much romance at the beginning of the book and throughout the rest of the book, as she'll come to find out, is because of you amazing readers. A lot of you have reached out to me just begging and pleading for more romance and cute romantic moments, so I did. I tried to add a lot of those into the book. I guess I shouldn't say a lot. I tried to add stuff that was necessary into the book. Cute little moments, and I think you'll enjoy them. At least I hope so. I've been working on Dawn of Liberty for the past hour and a half while my son's sleeping, and pretty much the way that it's going is that I'll read through what I had written a couple of years ago and then be like, wow, that's terrible, or I didn't like that. So I'll delete it and then rewrite something different in its place that fits the new direction this book is moving in. So basically, I'm rewriting the whole book again. So needless to say, it is taking a long time, but I think it's a good thing that I wrote the Heirs of Secrets series first before deciding to publish Dawn of Liberty instead, Dawn of Liberty the way that it was a couple years ago, because it is so much better than I pictured it could have been a couple of years ago. I like the way the character development is turning, or I like the, what's a better way to say that? I like the way the characters are developing. I like the way that certain scenes are playing out. I like how I'm starting to foreshadow stuff better. I wasn't very good at doing that when I first started writing, or when I first started taking writing more seriously. I wasn't very, I kind of made it too obvious sometimes, right? I kind of would set things up so you could see a plot twist is coming, but I think I've gotten better at that. I've gotten to the point where I think I can kind of hide stuff from you guys, the readers, which sounds bad, but me personally, whenever I'm reading a book and I see an author has thrown in a small detail, I'm like, oh, you know, whatever. You don't really think about it because the author just mentions it and they don't really, or the character doesn't really think about it again in the future. But I forgot where I was going with that. I like setting things up for the end of the book. I like dropping little clues here and there, things that you don't know are clues until you read the plot twist and you're like, oh my goodness, I had no idea. Yeah, I like it when books do that. I like it when they surprise me. That's my favorite. So that's my goal whenever I write, is to throw in plot twists that I've been foreshadowing for quite some time and that will shock you. Which is going to be the case with Darkness of Destiny, actually. I'm waiting to see if my sister will predict what will happen in that book near the middle end of the book. So we'll see if she picks up on those hints. I hope she does. She's really good at reading books and predicting what happens. So if she can't predict what happens, then I am going to put a gold star right here. Just give myself a pat on the back, because that would be really impressive if I could pull that off. I don't know if you can tell, but it's still really smoky and hazy outside. I had no idea that it was going to be such horrible air quality today, so needless to say, my son and I are going to be inside the rest of the day because this is just awful. It is a new day, and it looks even worse outside than it did yesterday. Yeah, I'm not sure if you can still see that really well with the camera, but it is still so smoky outside. Like, it's absolutely horrible. My sister, aka my amazing editor, recommended that I put like a guide to the Varna at the beginning of Darkness of Destiny. So this morning, oh, that's so funny. So this morning I started putting together that, or making that list of the Varna, you know, of Furies and my reels and all the other Varna as well. So she also suggested putting or listing the sorceret's additional prodigies, but I can't do that due to certain things that happen in this book. So if you were wondering why, if you see that list in Darkness of Destiny and you're wondering why, hey, it would be so much more convenient if you could just list the sorceret's additional prodigies, now you know why. The wildfire smoke today is not as bad as it has been the past couple of days. Thank the heavens for that, because it's been really hard to keep a toddler entertained inside. Oh! But yeah, still not super great, the air quality. So we're just gonna head over to our land and watch my husband film some YouTube videos, and that will probably be the extent of our time outside today until the air gets a little bit better. Yesterday I was actually able to edit quite a bit in Dawn of Liberty. It's still taking a really long time to get things the way that I want them. I think I'm on page like 90 or something like that, but yeah, it's slowly coming along. The more I write, the more I think of ideas that I want to add into this book, which I'm like, I don't have enough room to add everything into this book. I don't want to cram everything into such a small little book. So I think Dawn of Liberty will be quite beefy, but I don't want it to be too big and too overwhelming. So just keep plugging away the editing and see what happens, I guess. Well, that's going to be it for this video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.